Hello, and welcome to this video where we will learn how to set up forecasting in Zoho CRM. Forecasts in Zoho CRM will allow you to set targets for individuals based on organizational hierarchy or territory hierarchy. This will help in understanding how individuals perform, analyze the company's overall target, and helps in understanding reasons for lack of performance by the employees. Forecasts in Zoho CRM provides a real-time insight to tracking sales performance and helps your organization fine-tune the sales process and monitor your sales pipeline. Now, let's consider Zilker, an HR outsourcing firm that takes care of hiring for other organizations. Their revenue is based on the number of deals they win, and the employees have specific targets to meet every month. Apart from existing organizations they work with, they are constantly expanding in different regions, trying to close deals with new and emerging businesses, as well as catering to their hiring needs. In such a case, forecasting will help Zilker keep track of the targets delegated to users and the targets achieved. At present, forecasting in Zoho CRM is done based on the Deals module because that's the end of the sales process and revenue is generated for an organization based on a deal closed. Let's see how this can be replicated in your CRM. Go to the Forecast module. Forecasts can be based on roles or territory. If you have already enabled territory management, forecasts will be based on the territories you have defined. If not, then forecasting will be based on the roles defined. In this video, we will see how forecasting is done based on territory. Zilker, being an emerging business across the globe, would like to stay on top of each of their territories, their sales pipeline, and their overall business performance. So, they have enabled territory management. Let's see how forecasts can be beneficial for them. In the Forecast module, a user who is new to Zoho CRM can proceed further only after defining a set of prerequisites. To set the prerequisites, you should have the permissions of an administrator in Zoho CRM. Forecasts are basically about what has to be planned next, so the prerequisites would be defining the period for which forecast is required. Since Zilker has monthly targets, select Monthly. The fiscal year that your organization follows starts with which month? In this case, select January. Once you select the month, you have to select how the fiscal year should be displayed. Choose whether it should be based on the start month of the fiscal year or the end month. Zilker uses start month. Next, we have to choose on what attribute we want the forecast to be made. Any field with field types like currency, number, percentage, etc. can be made an attribute for the forecast. For Zilker Inc., forecast will be based on the amount field. It's important to carefully decide which field must be the attribute. If the attribute is changed, the superadmin will receive all the existing forecasts and the upcoming forecasting will be based on the changed attribute. Once you save the changes, you will get directed to the forecast page. The prerequisites can be edited anytime here by selecting View Settings. Here in the drop-down, you can see a list of the territories for which you are already a manager. A person in the CEO role or administrator profile can view the list of available territories. Now, we're logged in as David, who has an administrator profile in Zilker, and here we can see a list of all of the territories in Zilker CRM. Let's say David wants to set an overall target for the entire organization. In the drop-down here, select Zilker HR Services. Choose the month as July and year as 2019. Here, you can give the overall target for the parent territory, Zilker. Let's set it at $100,000. Over here, you can set the overall target for the sub-territories. In this case, the sub-territories are APAC, USA, and LATAM. You can set the target for the territory manager here. Let's set $10,000 for all three territories. Once we save the changes, you will be redirected to the forecast page where you can see the targets, achieved deals, and the number of deals in the pipeline. Now let's view the CRM as John, who has a standard profile in Zilker CRM, but he's the manager for the APAC territory. When he creates a forecast, he can view and set the target for APAC territory alone. Let's create a new forecast for the APAC territory for the month of July 2019. This page shows the subterritories available within the APAC, which are East Asia, South Asia, and Southeast Asia. From here, you can go onto the subterritories and set the targets for all of them. Let the overall target for APAC be $10,000 here, and for every subterritory, the target can be set as $8,000. Let's set the target for the users Bob, Leslie, and Amy as $5,000 each, and save the forecast. Now the forecast is set for the APAC territory and its users. Let's see the forecast module as Bob, who is part of the APAC territory. Let's choose APAC territory June 2019. He can see the target set for him, the target achieved by him, and the deals in his pipeline. He cannot create new forecasts as he does not have the adequate permissions. Now that we are done setting up the forecasts, let's see what are the other additional that we have to create a forecast. Create a new forecast for any territory, and here, hovering over the icon, you can get the current target details and the previous target details. You can choose the month here in the drop-down to view the target details of that month. You can also view those details when we set targets for the subterritories and the territory managers. In the forecast page, choose APAC July 2019. Here you can see a target mismatch message. This happens because the overall target of the APAC territory was set at $10,000, but adding the individual targets of the users, it sums up to $15,000. So, the CRM warns you about it. Zoho CRM is programmed to inform you when there is a discrepancy, but the targets can be set in any way convenient for the organization. Here you can see a warning of pipeline shortage. If there are not enough deals in the Deals module to be closed by users, then the Forecast module will prompt that there is a pipeline shortage in deals. If you want to go through all of the territory targets, select All Territories from the drop-down, and you will have the option to drill down. Based on your role, you will be able to view the forecast details and drill down through the forecast targets of other levels in the territory hierarchy. For example, if you're the manager of a territory and if the territory has sub-territories, you will have the option to drill down. This will help you to go through the targets and performances of users in different levels of the hierarchy. Say if you want to recalculate all of the forecast numbers, you choose the desired territory or role, select the month and year, say APAC June 2019, and click Compute. This will calculate the forecast numbers for the territory that you are currently viewing. Compute All will calculate the forecast numbers for all roles and sub-roles. Apart from this, you can also create reports based on forecasts. Go to the Reports module, and once you create a new report, you can choose the Forecast module. Choose the type of report you want to generate, then select the columns you want to have in the report, and create. In the Reports module, you also have Territory Reports. When you select that, you can see many reports based on the forecast numbers. Some of them include revenue by territory for the last 6 months, performance of salespeople by territory, target achieved by each territory in the current financial year. These reports will help you to understand how the organization is performing and also help you plan the required process-related adjustments that can be made to generate more revenue. That's all about forecasts. Thank you for watching this video. For more resources on Zoho CRM, please visit www.zoho.com/crm/resources.